Hey, howdy everyone, Locity here, back in action for more Final Fantasy IV, the After Years attraction. That's right, we're continuing on the After Years saga after we did the interlude, because, you know, if anything, I want to see where this really goes. Because the interlude, gave me more questions than answers. Suffice to say, this is an episodic tale, just so you all know. We kind of just go from here all the way to Bleer. I don't know if this is it, but apparently, this version of the game, I wouldn't say is the most definite, but like it tries to make it all into one situation. So let's do Sidori's tale, the last of the Red Wings. Sidori, the crown prince of Baron, defies his mother's wishes and joins the illustrious Red Wings to prove his prowess as a knight. But when the Red Wings are destroyed by the enemy ambush, Sidori alone must set out to save all he loves with the aid of a hooded stranger. Long ago, this blue planet was saved by the prayers of an entire people. Two moons became one anew, and time crucially marched on. The day of our departure was a ride for the heir of the Holy Paladin. In the skies above the airship, two moons rise listlessly, one ominously growing ever larger. Why was their dark harbinger returned? A new destiny has begun to unfold, and yet, as always, crystals shed only their silent light. Here we go! It has the same chipified style that the other Final Fantasy IV game has, and I don't know, I'm just kind of a big fan of it. Captain Biggs! The Avenant Isle is in sight. Very good. You don't look well, Prince Sidori. Sidora? Sidor... Prince Sidora. I could tell you're nervous about this. After all, this is your first deployment. Now try talking with some of the other soldiers. Take your mind off matters. Alright, cool. I am very glad that I decided to do this one. It seems rather interesting in terms of cutscenes already. The Adamant Island looks peaceful enough at first glance, I'll give you that. But there's this grotto there, a holy land of sorts. All knight trainees train there at least once. The Red Wings are the pride of Baron, the most elite of our kingdom's forces. We may not be at war, but our training regimen is as fierce and grueling as ever. Your father, King Cecil, achieved knighthood by passing this trial himself. Do you know that he actually served as captain of the Red Wings before becoming king? Monsters don't play favorites, royalty or peasants. They aren't picky about their prey. This is true for us Red Wings, too, I suppose. You may be the crown prince of Baron, but it means nothing here on this ship. We are currently on our way to the Adamant Island. Okay. The staging ground for your initial trial in becoming a knight, my lord. It goes without saying, of course, how overjoyed your father, Cecil, is to see you finally taking on this task. How are you feeling now, my lord? Better? I mean, I could probably use some Twinkies. I could certainly understand what you're going through, my lord. But considering your bloodline, there's nothing for you to be worried about. My bloodline? Yes, my lord. You have inherited the blood of two great heroes. King Cecil the Paladin and Queen Rosa the White Mage. You look so happy. I almost had it. That doesn't mean anything. I'm just another soldier being tested for knighthood. Sorry, I had to, like, hit something real quick. You're no soldier yet. You're nothing but a squire. Joining the Red Wings isn't that easy, Lark. It was back in King Cecil's day. I know that. That's why I'm here today, so, to... Oh, damn. But Prince Sidora. You got a lot to learn, boy. Starting with how to keep that mouth of yours shut. Ready to touch down on the Adamant Isle, Captain? Good. All hands landing stations. I like how, like, everything's shaped. It's kind of cutesy. It gets me good. Red Wings. Here's our stop, Sidora. The Adamant Island. You are to report to the village of Mithril up ahead. Wait further orders. Got it? Yes, sir. Can't hear you! Say it like you mean it, boy. Yes, sir! Understood, sir! As sorry as ever before. He looks like he's 14 years old or some such. Look at him go! Whoop, whoop. Mithra. Why does it look like there's teddy bears here? Yeah, it's just teddy bears. Why are we in the land of Bear Care Land? Your mission in this trial is to obtain the Knight's emblem housed deep inside the Adamant Isle's grotto. There is one condition, boy. Can't enter the grotto until the moon is at its fullest. You best get yourself ready before then, mentally and physically. Is there any reason why I have to wait for the full moon, sir? So you don't know about that, either. It's gonna be a long day, I'll tell you that. Okay. So you're just not gonna tell me. The light from the moon casts its effect upon the creatures of our blue planet. No monsters can escape from its influence, and neither can you, Prince Sidori. Black magic, white magic, even physical attacks are all affected by the phase of the moon. But remember this, the moon cycles between phases with the passage of time, my lord. You will need to adjust your battle tactics with the current phase to survive out in the fields. What happens during a full moon? Black magic becomes stronger. The physical attacks are half as powerful. White magic is unaffected. So our swords become a liability during a full moon? Not necessarily. Our attack power is halved, but that applies to the monsters as well. What's more, my lord, you are gifted with white magic from Queen Rosa. If your tactics match the current moon phase, then you will never be at a true disadvantage in battle. Now then, perhaps we could stay at the inn until the full moon arrives? Start learning to follow orders, boy. Told you to wait until the full moon. I guess if we try to, like, leave, they'll stop us and be like, ahem, Orbers. Why are they smaller? Why is he small? Oh my, Prince Sidora, Baron. We don't have very much here, but please make yourself at home. Yeah, I think this is actually not supposed to be the case. I don't think he's supposed to be that small. Why is he that small? Oh my god. Is it the case of the Shrinking Village? I need to know. Is there... Ah! Small! What up? Remember, you can save anywhere you want on the field. Field map. They'll come in handy someday, believe me. In dungeons, though, you're only allowed to save at a special save points you'll find. This is a shrinky little village. Shrinking village, let's go. I ain't saying anything too special here, but like, oh boy, is this whole game gonna be like this? Is it just gonna be an utter mess? I need to know. I would like to. Press M to run, and bam, it's done. Press M to run, and bam, it's done. Press M to run, and bam, it's done. All together now. Press M to run, and bam, it's done. Don't you ever forget it, man. Okay, why are the pigs here? Why is the frog here bigger? Maybe it's because there's only one moon again, but tectonic activity has made this island a lot larger. Not that it's much compared to the big continents, of course. It explained the small people. Why do I have the small people here? Why are they affected by Minnie? I don't understand. Weird ass little village. I'm just saying that now. When the gauge next to someone's name is filled up in battle, that means that character's turn is coming up next. But you got options, of course. If another party member's gauge is also full, try pressing tab. You'll get the other party members to take their turn first. So the game is just like, yeah, we're gonna ignore the fact that you're playing on a controller and just tell you the computer controls. If you don't have that, too bad. So my immersion is broken. Like, someone as petty as me would just, like, go out to do that. Like, I don't know if this game's really worth it anymore, y'all. It didn't recognize I was playing with my controller instead. Why are they small? Fighting is fine and all, but sometimes the best way to survive is to turn tail and run. To flee, just press the M button during that battle. You know, like the pig says. Of course, there are certain enemies from whom you can't flee, so watch it. Pretty much making the flee button entirely useless if you ask me. Just like in Final Fantasy II. Seriously though, Final Fantasy II did not have a run button. It had, you just get the die button. That's what it had. Some magic can be cast on your whole party, or on a whole group of enemies at once. There are several ways to go about this. Try pressing the target all button. Lower left the touch. Oh my god. Sony literally was, no, not Sony, I'm sorry. Square Enix was literally like, we made this game for mobile. I hope you understand this. You're not getting anything but the mobile version. That's what we're getting here. So the graphics are neat, but like, boy howdy, did they just like, we're not gonna bother. This is a port. Understand it. I hear the guy who lives in the grotto has made a hobby out of collecting rare tales. Tales? What's Sonic's buddy doing here? Did he get trapped in like a dungeon crawler game? Are we gonna play the Tales game on the Game Gear? Welcome. Snot nose. Mother trucker telling me to welcome. Who are you, bud? We have not a lot of gil. So I'm inclined to say that we don't need to do that. But the RPG person in me feels like I have to like go to these places or else I'm not doing my diligence. King Cecil's a great man, wouldn't you agree? And it's Queen Rosa. Oh, such a kind, beautiful woman. Oh, I envy that king. Oh yeah, he wants to bang her. NTR style. I mean, honestly, it's not like I haven't seen something like that in hentai. It's kind of wild. You know? Just maybe don't look at things too much and you won't go down rabbit holes that I go down and get traumatized forever. Let's just say. There was another guy who took the night trial once. Don't want the same eyes as yours. But that was ages ago. The Red Wings are Baron's most elite airship fleet, right? I thought that was one heck of an airship there. But no wonder, huh? We won't have this period of peace without the selfless efforts of King Cecil and Queen Rosa. Okay. Hooray? I guess we're doing good. Everything else good? Hello, Piggy. I would like to stay. Go wee all the way to bed. You think that's offensive to them? Oh, waxing full moon? Oh. We have a moon cycle going on here. Captain Biggs is waiting for you at the grotto. Please hurry. Alright, is everybody else? I think that's initial, like, they made this on purpose, but why? Why would they never address it fully? It's just like people got smaller as time went on. I hope you realize. I do like the map design so far. It's simple, yet conveys what I want. Late even to your own mission. Man, what a worthless squire they stuck me with. We're about to begin our journey into the Adamant Isles Grotto. Not to repeat myself, but your orders are to attain the Knight's emblem. You want to cut and run like the spoiled little prince you are. Now's the time. Oh, did that hurt, boy? Well, quit pouting and go get your provisions from this chest. Okay, I'm sorry. What did I do? I got a tent, got a potion, got an ether, and a meter. I can already see you become a valiant soldier like your father, Prince Sidori. Sidora? Prince Sidora, may you have the best of luck in battle. Finally found some resolve in you, huh, boy? Get on with it, then. Captain Biggs and Wedge have joined the party from Star Wars. Because that's what this was supposed to be, even though 2 did it better. I'll be real, Final Fantasy 2 is the better Star Wars of the Final Fantasies. You're the one after the Knight's emblem, aren't you? Well, keep your guard up in there. Okay, is he just like some weird spoony bard? I don't know, man. I don't know. Is this one of those things where, like, we could see the monsters, or is this one of those... Yeah, it's one of those where we could just get hit by a monster. And you best believe they were here. I don't know about y'all, but, like, I don't like the idea of not seeing monsters and then getting hit by it. That shit bothers me more comparatively to the way Dragon Quest does it. But, like, if they're, like, out in the open, it makes more sense to me, you know? Huh. Here we go, Sidora. What was the weird-ass thing? I imagine you're already aware of how the face of the moon could affect you on the battlefield. It's a full moon right now, so black magic is more powerful. White magic hasn't changed at all. But take a look at the commands. Physical attacks have been weakened by half. Okay. Commands strengthened by the moon phase are displayed in green, while commands weakened are displayed at red. Make sure to pay attention to those colors during the battle. They have a major impact on the outcome of the fight. Please, can you not? I only have white magic. And... sure, I guess. Black magic. Oh man. This isn't looking too hot. Yeah, this is like legitimately just kind of a mobile game? They did not fix anything else to this. Wow. Wow. Look at that frame rate chug-a-lug. And I'm not one to notice frame rates, but you can tell. I'm a little sad by this now. I did not I don't know. I don't know. I like the cinematic idea of this game, but like, the rest of this isn't exactly working out. Next, I'll tell you about band moves. A band is a type of powerful multi-person technique. You cannot perform a band with someone unless you have some kind of bond with that person. Bonds? Yes, my lord. Allow myself and Captain Biggs to determine how to band. You could band if you want to. You could rubber if you can. Your friends don't rubber, and if they don't ban, then they're no AI of mine. Okay. Banned. Vibra Edge. That sounds dirty. Vibrator attack. Activate. Form of Star Wars. Yeah, look at that. All in one go. The game's chugging. It's so funny to me. Too fast for you to see? Yes, no. And here it is. And we have little slug guys. Yeah. I'm glad it still has like a bit of a cinematic view, but look at this. The UI design and everything. This game wants you to know that it was designed on the phone. It wants you to know. Yeah, we're getting like babied into leveling. This is like some Fire Emblem shit. Like if any of y'all are familiar with Fire Emblem, there's a way to like baby your units so like they get stronger as things go on. And usually you have to do that with units that you just get or units that are incredibly fragile. And basically you need to like babysit them and make sure everything's going around so they level up properly to become actually something useful. And it feels to me like this game is definitely doing that with this, with the Vibra Edge. I don't know how often we can use the ban stuff. Might be always. It might always be like on. It's possible that it isn't though. Alright, I'm getting used to it. It's not that bad. Thankfully it's consistent, and I think that's the thing that's important with frame rates overall. So if I'm used to something, I'll just takes it. For sure. I'm not that picky when it comes to frame rates or anything. I just find it funny whenever I can notice them, you know? Because I'm not good at it. Like, I've asked, like, my ex-girlfriends, they have said, I cannot detect it, I cannot do anything. They have tried to extensively show me. I don't get it, I don't understand it, and frankly, I don't want to. Honestly. I am happy in my world of not noticing frame rates the way that most people do. Which I'm sure y'all, like, noticed at least a little bit. But I don't know. I don't get it. I refuse to get it. But I will say this. Fairly interesting new design, for sure. I was wondering why the control scheme was very weird when I was setting it up, but it was just like, there was just a select and this stuff. Okay, Sidora. It's all yours from here. Don't worry, Prince Sidora. Remember, you have the blood of King Cecil, and has nothing to do with it. Prince Sidora? Looks like you got at least half a backbone in you. Now get back here alive or forget about making the Red Wings. Well, yeah, he'll be dead, Biggs. Yes, sir. His hair looks so goofy. He got goofy ass hair. He left the party. Where am I at? Is this the thing this way? I guess so. I can't just be banned the whole time. That makes me sad. Yeah, nothing there. Ow. Game explain how I'm gonna win this shit. Like, honestly. What the fuck? Did the game just try to autoplay for me? Not necessarily my idea. Ugh. Now after turn base is still here, which is poo-poo-ba-doo-doo. But hey, whatever. I knew that's what was gonna happen coming into this whole shebang. But as far as I know, there are two ways to play this particular game. And like, make it work out for you. That was either this version that you could get on Steam / the mobile, where basically you get, their version of it with like the way the cutscenes are and whatnot, where you could play it via the Final Fantasy IV collection, which I was thinking of doing, honestly, because that's how you play the interlude. There's nothing that like gets added towards it if you do have that, but it was interesting in my eyes, like have that all on the PSP. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool, right? But if there's nothing else to the interlude and whatnot, and they didn't have it in this version, it's just kind of like, oh, we'll just play it on the old PSP version. Yes. So we're gonna do a save. Oh, there's several tails that he could have. I guess you just get the one? You get 3 different saves that you can go up with. Okay. This game is definitely structured weird, but I think they had to do it that way because the way this game released. It was first and foremost a mobile game, if y'all did not realize. Way back when flip phones were no longer an oddity and were the common thing, as they are becoming once again. Very funny how history repeats itself in the way that it does. But we're talking like phones. I think they use their own phone network data, like in order to get any kind of data to like download. There wasn't like an internet on the phone properly, so you know, you had a very wonky version of it where a lot of things didn't load and whatnot. But like, if you were really determined, you could probably visit a few sites. It wasn't great, but you could do it. I think the only way that I could really like archive that sensation would probably be to say that like the DS had its own like internet thing that you could do, was a little internet browser, and that in particular, the way it functions is a lot like this game, or not this game, a lot like the internet on the mobile stuff that we had before, which it originally released on. So like very, very old, I think 2005 or some such is when it came out. It's kind of ridiculous, really, when you think about it. Not bad, it's just odd, right? Woo! So, they did that, and then the way that it got internationally released was through WiiWare, believe it or not. And that WiiWare wasn't too bad, per se. It did cost way too much to actually get everything, so people were like, this is kind of not worth it. And then on top of that, like, the actual game itself wasn't particularly great. So there was a lot of things going on against Final Fantasy IV After Years that kind of just made it feel like a cash cow. So I'm really concerned over the actual quality of it, because a lot of it is kind of mitigated and transformed from people's experiences from buying it and playing it and such. But I've always wanted to play this game because it seemed like it was an interesting idea, and I thought people were just being too nostalgic about it, in terms of like Final Fantasy IV is like a really good game, and they just wanted Final Fantasy IV again, but they didn't exactly get that. That was my thought process anyway. Suffice to say, as I'm playing it right now, I'm having a pretty good time. It's not like RPGs are hard to replicate on mobile, and like having it have the same aesthetics that it has on the DS is just a little more charming to me. It feels right. And by all means, I do eventually want to play the Final Fantasy IV DS version, or the Steam version, I guess it is now. Mainly because I heard it's harder, and like honestly, Final Fantasy IV could like have a harder situation for it. I definitely feel like if any Final Fantasy benefits from it, it's that one. If you play the original, it's actually pretty easy to go through a lot of the battles and whatnot. On top of the fact that like a lot of the stuff that like kind of makes that game is the fact that, like, you face a bunch of really neat battles and whatnot, too. I just really like Final Fantasy for that fact that, like, there's very distinct moments where, like, I had to defeat the Earth Spirit, I had to defeat the Wind Spirit, and all this and that. Kind of like it is in the original Final Fantasy game. Which is kind of funny when you think about it. All the Final Fantasies, the way they're released, definitely felt like it was a proper sequel in America, even though it wasn't. Because you had Final Fantasy 1 here, and then 4. Oh, I don't want to have battle. It's cool that we have it, though. Fantastic. So I could just kind of make this game play whatever. But yeah, it's definitely one of them situations where I'm definitely a little more charmed by this game. Overall. With a bunch of other Final Fantasies and whatnot. Because, like, it is really neat that, like, this game effectively uses it where, like, it feels like a more, like, grown version of the first Final Fantasy game. And I actually really like the first Final Fantasy. I think its structure is really good and neat and cool. I also like Final Fantasy 2 a little bit more than Final Fantasy 1, but that's for the sake and fact that I think that, like, overall, I think it did a better job of making more of worlds and having interesting features like keywords and whatnot. I thought it was cool as hell. But Final Fantasy 3 was just such a... I did not like Final Fantasy 3. I'm a Final Fantasy 3 hater, full out. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that the final dungeon has it to where you can't save after, like, part 1 of the final dungeon, which is like a two-parter with 5 bosses that you have to go through without things going awry, you know? I gotta be real. If I got to that final boss and I didn't beat it, I don't think I would be like, I'm beating it. No. I don't think that would have happened, honestly. Suffice to say, very interesting way that I play the Final Fantasy series. If you ever want to know how I played through it, it went exactly like this. Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy, I think it was 6, actually. Yeah. No, wait, hold on. No, Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 5, Final Fantasy 3. And then it was Final Fantasy 4, no, Final Fantasy 7, 8, and then 9. And I'm currently working through 10, but 10 is a bit of hit with a snag because I played it on the Xbox Pass, and it got off the Xbox Pass when I was playing through it. And I was like, oh, I can't continue. Oops. So, I kind of SOL on Final Fantasy X, but, like, all the little, like, other things towards it and whatnot, I definitely would like to play. But I am trying to play the game in sequential order, but, like, in the sense that, like, it's American release as where it's numerical. So 1 through 6 has a very weird release, as I was saying. That's why I played it so weirdly as such. But, like, 7 and 8 and 9 are all there almost instantly, because 7 made it popular in the West. As much as I hate for that to be the case. I'm actually not that big fan of 7. I think the only thing it has going for it is story, and everything else kind of sucks ass. 6 just had the better system. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm really not. Like, as much as I hate active turn-based combat, I think it's the bane of everyone's existence. I think 4 and 6's style of it is a little bit better. It's easier to menu. Well, Final Fantasy 7 just has it to where there's a lot of things I have to do that just, like, don't feel like its own thing. You know, like, Materia is cool in concept, but the Esper stuff was already there. And I like the Esper stuff, like, leveling more, because, like, you had to where it affected stats, you had it to where it also, you could learn certain things and abilities from things and whatnot. And that's what Materia did, but worse. Well, Final Fantasy 6 had, like, proper character traits that people did and everything. And it was very clear that, like, certain Esper should go to, like, this or that, you know? But for the most part, it kept it to where, like, it was just unique enough to, like, want to use a character. And that's kind of what I really liked about the whole situation, honestly. But hey, whatever. These are just ramblings of very tired old hag that plays Final Fantasy for some reason. Because I'll be real, Dragon Quest kind of blows this franchise out of the water. I just have a certain nostalgia for Final Fantasy IV, that's why we're here today. Like, why were you saying all this first episode? I don't know. I'm just kind of here. Kind of seeing how it goes. There's a whole lot of other stuff going on for sure, I'll tell you that much. What? More of ya! I wanted to attack the goblin. But won't you let me attack the goblin? I like how it's just like, yeah, you know, they're gonna attack you. It's everyone's attack damage is gonna be halved. Why did I miss? And then you're gonna hit me right. Little mouse rat. I do not have enough for that. I wonder if they stay with info and whatnot or not. Why did it say, okay. Weakness none. It has no weaknesses. Only the fact that it's too committed to life. It's one error. Yeah. Good boy. Okay. So far, so good. We got further over this way and that way and all the other ways. Oh, secret! I got a secret. Well, he doesn't want me to know. They don't want me to know. They're trying to silence me. Yeah. I'll get you. I will get you. And your little hedgehogs too. Oh, woo woo woo. So far, Sidora, I gotta say, I don't really have sympathy for. I get it. His parents kind of overshadow him. I never really had that aspect in life, thankfully, where I had to, like, be in my parents' like, shadow. But I imagine it's not exactly a fun time, right? But we're only getting, like, a glimpse of the whole situation, because they wanted it to be fairly interesting. Stop with the needles! Rude ass. Yeah. Okay, I think in order to live, we need a potion. I need a potion, need a potion, need a potion, need a potion, potion. There we go. I'm trying to be stingy, you know? Oh, that's gotta be big ups. Big ups, baby. Arm. Ruby ring protects against pig. I guess? I don't think I got ruby ring. I just got like iron gloves and just like the ruby ring is clearly better. Eh, whatever. Definitely feels like I'm making my way downtown in terms of this, like, dungeon for sure. What we got? No! Butterflies! Never suspected them. Oh, they're moths. I'm sorry, those are moths. Yeah. Sorry, bub. I have a friend. She loves insects. I don't know why. I'll be real. She's a little weird for that. But, like, she wouldn't be my friend otherwise, you know? You feel me? Like, I love her for all her bits and pieces of just her being a weirdo that loves insects and just thinks of this so kindly of them. But Boy, far be it from me. I'm not gonna have a daughter date date an insect, you know? This is not gonna happen. So, she likes mobs a lot. She likes little crawly creatures, and I'm just kind of like, why? Can you like other things? Like, please? But like, hey, whatever, you know? I ain't too mad about the whole situation. It's just one of those things where I'm just like, I don't relate to this at all, but I'm glad she's like having fun. Because boy howdy, I can't stomach insects. They're too scary for me. We go down or we go this way? What's here? Aha. Another save spot, which is a good spot to end things here. Wahahahaha. So let's get ourselves a little tent dough. If I can get a tent. Can you just... There we go. Do we have a little animation for the tent? Yeah! Let's go! And with that being said, thank you all for watching. Sayonara. Bye-bye.